Hello, namaste. Thank you for joining me for today's practice. It'll be a short practice, maybe, let me see, half an hour to 45 minutes. So all we'll need today is yoga mat, maybe 2 yoga blocks. I'm sitting up on one, I've got my other one handy. If there's anything you usually have for Shavasana, bring that along as well. Then once you're ready, just finding your seat, sitting up tall. Might like to pop the block under the sitting bones so you can lengthen up through the spine, and at the same time your knees are lower than the hips. So the chest lifts just a touch, chin tucks in slightly. You're aware of the length of the spine all the way from the tailbone up through the neck. And the top of the head's just reaching up towards the ceiling. Checking in that your shoulders are soft. So shoulders dropping. You can relax into the elbows, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. And just taking a moment to recognize the support beneath you. The props, the yoga mat, the earth. The eyes are softly closed, yet you're aware of the space around you, the temperature. Noticing the parts of the body that rest on the support, the parts of the body that are touching each other. Awareness comes to the breath. Lips together, breathing through the nose. Notice the parts of the body that move with your breath. Cool air moves in through the nose, and the warmer air leaves. And over the next few moments, begin to lengthen your breath in. So on the inhale, the belly rises, side ribs expand. Breathing up towards the collarbones, then you let the breath fall away. Lower belly draws in, side ribs come down, chest comes down. Without pausing, you take your next breath in, belly rises, side ribs expand. Breathing up to the collarbones. Without pausing, drawing lower belly in, exhaling all the air out. Starting again, breath in, 2, 3, 4, breath out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Carry on in your own time. So the breath in and the breath out match. If you're comfortable with creating that longer breath, so maybe a count of 5 in, you'll match the exhale with your 5 out. Just check in that your breathing is easeful. So a smooth, long inhale, smooth, long exhale. For the next few rounds, breathing into every single cell of your being. And on the exhales, letting go of tension, grounding. The breath in, energizing, inspiring, lengthening. Breath out, grounding, emptying out and letting go. 2 more rounds in your own time, embodying your breath. And after your final exhale, returning to your effortless breath, we'll bring the hands to Anjali Mudra. And setting your intention for your yoga practice today. A few words in your own mind. And we'll begin our practice with the chant of one Om. So firstly, taking a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll begin our chant. Breath in. Om. Blinking open the eyes, and we'll make our way to all fours, placing both blocks up the top end of the mat. From your all fours position, just bringing the bottom to the heels and come back to a few of those slower breaths. So as you inhale, you notice that the upper body begins to expand. And on the exhale, you draw the lower belly towards the spine. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more rounds. Establish your own rhythm. Notice sensation. Lower belly draws in on every exhale. And when you've completed that final exhale, lift the forehead off the mat and walking the hands around towards the right side. And once you land there, tuck the chin back in. Aware of the sensation in the left side of the body. Notice the space. Slow breaths as you breathe into that space and exhaling tension away. After your next exhale, walk through the center of the mat, arriving on the other side. Aware of the sensation in the right side of the body, the space. And as you breathe into the right side, on the exhale, letting go of tension, creating more space on the breath in, and emptying out on the breath out. And after your next exhale, walk the hands back out in front, taking a moment in our child pose. On your next breath in, come up onto hands and knees for the tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Breath in, belly drops, gaze a little bit forward. Breath out as you exaggerate coming into cat. Tuck the tail, press the shoulder blades away. Inhale, belly drops. Heart comes forward. Exhale into cat. Tuck belly in, tuck chin in. One more the same. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child pose. Then inhale as you make your way to a cobra position, hips lower. And exhale back into your child pose. If this doesn't work for you, just do the tabletop instead. Inhale, coming forward, hips lower, cobra. And exhale, bottom to the heels. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child. Keep moving. Breath in as you come into the back bend. Breath out as you find child. 2 more rounds. Find your flow. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale for tabletop. Come onto the toes and exhale to a bent leg down dog. So both knees are bent. Feet are about hip width apart. You're prioritizing the length of your spine. So as much as you need to, bend into the knees so you can lift the sitting bones right up. Sense the length in your spine. Pressing the fingertips into the mat and away from you, rolling the upper arms under, looking back towards your feet or up towards the navel. Begin to slowly pedal the feet, so one heel down at a time. Still pressing the fingertips into the mat and away from you. And next time your right knee's bent, keep that knee bent and straightening into the left leg. Swapping sides. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. Take a bend into both knees. Walk your hands to your feet, come to ragdoll. So hands will either stay on the ground or you can bring them to the elbow creases and just let the head be heavy. Spine decompresses. A gentle opening into the back line of the body. Taking the hands to the hips, elbows back towards each other. And on a breath in, begin to rise up to standing. And exhale here, palms facing forward. Tucking the tail under just a little bit. Chest lifts a touch. Bring your hands in front of the heart. On a breath in, cactus and open the arms, look up. On the breath out, give yourself a hug as the right arm comes over the left arm, rounding through the spine. Inhale, open up, look up. Exhale, left arm over the top this time as you hug, curl in. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug, right arm over top. Inhale, open. And exhale, hug. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touching up above the head. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So on the halfway lifts, your hands might come to your shins. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Next breath in, walk your hands forward, come into plank pose. Establish your plank, so check your butt's not up in the air. So tucking the tail under, lower belly switches on. A little bit of a dome shape in the upper back. Pausing here, breathe. Smooth out the breath. Now on your next breath out, knees come down. Whole body comes down, forehead down. Just bringing the hands a little bit, just by the outside of the chest. And feet are about hip width apart behind you. Gently press the tops of the feet down. Tuck the arms into the side of the body so the hands feel light on the mat. Now on your breath in, baby cobra. Chest, and forehead come off the mat, and maybe the hands hover as well. If you're able to or want to, you could bring the hands into cactus arms. I keep my hands here, just by the outside of the chest, shoulders moving away from the ears, arms tucked into the side of the body. Breathe. I'll place the hands down, forehead down. Take a moment to pause, and we'll meet in child pose. So you're moving up onto hands, knees, bottom to the heels. Keep the arms engaged, the forearms are off the mat, spreading through the fingers. Now your choice whether you come to tabletop or cobra, and we'll meet in down dog. So on your breath in, you either come to tabletop or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog, looking back towards your feet, prioritizing length of spine. So if you need to bend into your knees to do that, make sure you do. It's not about hamstring releasing, it's about spinal length. Now we'll step our right foot forward and the left knee will come down, preparing for Anjani Asana. Right foot to the hands, left knee comes down, right knee is over the right ankle. On your breath in, lifting up into low crescent lunge. If you need help with balancing, just come onto the toes behind you, shoulder blades run down the back. Check you're not dumping into your lower back. We'll move into our first twist. Take your breath in, breath out, left hand forward, right hand reaches away. And once you're in the twist, encourage both hip bones to point forward, stay pointing forward, breaths in your belly. Looking forward, inhale both arms up. Exhale, twist the other way, gazing towards your left hand in that direction. Breaths in the belly. Looking forward, inhale both arms up. Exhale, either fingertips to the ground or take your blocks. Breathe in. Breathe out as you draw back. The right toes leave the mat. Then you inhale, toes come back down, heart comes forward. Exhale, drawing back into half splits. Inhale, bend, heart forward. Exhale into the half splits shape. We'll stay here for a few breaths. So if you need to adjust the blocks or your hands, just make sure you do that. So heart comes forward, sitting bones back, right toes are pointing up towards your right knee. Bending into the front knee. You can move the blocks out the way, hands on the mat. Come onto the toes behind you. Lift the back knee off and come to plank. Establish your strong plank. Take your breath in. Breath out, lower down, could be chaturanga or body on the mat. Inhale for a cobra or an up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is where we'll meet, and once you arrive, practice being still. On your breath in, you're filling up. On the breath out, emptying out. Filling up on breath in. Emptying out as you exhale. Left foot steps forward. Right knee comes down. Left knee above left ankle. Breath in as you lift up into your low crescent lunge. Heart's lifting. Shoulder blades run down the back. Check you're not dumping into the lower spine. We move into our twist. So keep the hip bones pointing forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right hand forward. Left hand reaches away and you're gazing in that direction. Smooth out the breath. Breaths in the belly. Gaze forward. Inhale both arms up. Exhale, twist the other way. Looking towards your right hand. Easeful breath. Look forward, inhale both arms up. Exhale, hands to the ground or your blocks. I love my blocks. Take your breath in. Breath out as you draw back and straighten the front leg. Then inhale, heart comes forward, foot comes down. Exhale, drawing back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. So this time we stay. I'm adjusting my blocks, bringing them down a bit lower. Checking that left toes are pointing up towards the left knee. Sitting bones press back. Heart's coming a little bit forward, spine length. A few more breaths here. Breathe in, bend the front leg. Exhale, move the blocks out the way. Plank pose. Establish your strong plank. Then you decide whether it's chaturanga or body down on the ground. Take your breath in. Breath out to lower. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, down dog. After your next breath out, bend into the knees, look to your hands, step your feet to the front of the mat, hip width apart. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, cactus, look up. Exhale, hug, right arm over the left. Inhale, cactus, open up, look up. Exhale, left arm over the top this time. 2 more times. Inhale as you open up. Exhale, hug. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back. Front knee is over the front ankle. Back leg is switched on. Switch the muscles onto the bone. Take your hands to your hips and just lifting the ribs away from the right leg a little bit, but making sure you're not flaring them out. And we'll reach the arms behind, hands behind, palms pointing down for this arrowhead shape. Grounded in the legs. On your next breath in, high crescent lunge. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale to arrive. Keep the breath flowing. We'll come into our twist, similar to what we did before with the knee on the ground. Breath in, breath out. Left hand forward, right hand reaches away. Easeful breath. Look forward, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Adjusting the feet so that the front heel runs through the inner arch of the back foot. Right knee and toes are tracking forward. Soften the shoulders. Tune into the breath. Dancing warrior, breath in, straighten right leg, palms touch up above the head. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior two. Inhale, lengthen, straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Again, breath in, breath out. Take your pause, flip the right palm. Breathe in, reverse warrior. Exhale, right forearm to the thigh, left arm up by the left ear. In our side angle pose. Gently press the right forearm down into the leg. If you're bringing in any other arm variations, you're more than welcome. Notice the length in the whole left side of the body. Smooth out the breath. Looking down at your right foot. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to arrive. Straighten the right leg. Take your breath in. Breath out, reach out to the right side into Trikonasana. Right hand somewhere below the knee, or you could have your hand on a block. Left hand reaching for the ceiling. Maybe you take that hand behind, rest on the back if it's hurting your shoulder, to have the arm reaching for the ceiling. Breathe. Your gaze is either downwards, outwards, or upwards. Look down at your right foot. Breath in for warrior two. Exhale to arrive. Flip your right palm. One move, one breath. Breath in for reverse warrior. Exhale to find your runner's lunge at the front of the mat. So organize your feet so they're on train tracks, not a tightrope. Take a breath in here and we twist. On the exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Back leg is strong, switching the muscles onto the bone. Breathe with your belly. Belly breaths towards the inner right leg. Look down, take the top hand down. Breath in for plank. Breath out as you lower down. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale to downward facing dog. Pausing here, practice being still. Filling up on the breath in. Emptying out on the exhale. Smooth, long inhale. Smooth, long exhale. Take a bend into your knees, hop, step, or walk to the front of the mat. Breath in for a halfway lift. Breath out as you fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Stay for one full inhale. And your exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back. And we find our train tracks with our feet. Left knee above the left ankle. Strong legs. So switch the muscles on of your back leg. Take the hands to the hips, elbows back towards each other, but check you're not flaring the ribs out. So the ribs do move away from the left leg, but keep them tucked in. Elbows back towards each other. Then we can take the hands off the hips and reach the fingers behind, palms facing down. Breathe. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale to arrive. The back leg's either straight or, like me, you might have a slight bend into it to encourage the pelvis to stay upright. We come into our twist. Take your breath in. Breath out, right hand forward. Left hand reaches away. Inner legs squeezing towards each other. Breaths in the belly. Gaze forward. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale for warrior two. Front heel runs through the inner arch of the back foot. Gazing towards your left. Middle finger, front knee and toes track forward, soften the shoulders. Dancing warrior, inhale, left leg straighten, palms touch up above the head, and on the exhale, bend, left knee, look to your left hand. Inhale, straighten the leg, gazing in the same direction as the chest. Exhale, bend leg, looking to left hand. One more, breath in, spine lengthening. Breath out, grounding. Pause. Flip left palm. Breathe in, reverse your warrior. And breathe out as you come into side angle. I'm going to stay facing this direction with my back towards you. Check that you're gently pressing the left forearm down into the leg. You're either gazing downwards, outwards, or upwards. Notice the sensation in the right side of the body as you create length and space. And looking down at your left foot, breath in for your warrior two, exhale to arrive. Straighten left leg, breathe in. Breathe out as you reach right up to the left. Grounding down into all four corners of the feet. Top hip stacks upon the bottom hip. Easeful breath. Looking down at your left foot. Breath in for warrior two, exhale to arrive. One move, one breath, so flick the left palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale as you find your runner's lunge. You're on the ball of the back foot. Front knee is over the front ankle. We twist, breath in, breath out, right hand down, left hand up. So switch on the muscles of your back leg. Breathe your belly towards your inner left leg. Gaze in a direction that's comfortable for your neck. Look down, take the top hand down. Breath in for plank. Breath out as you lower down. Inhale for a back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Looking back towards your feet. Pressing the hands into the mat and away from you. Filling up on the inhale and emptying out on the exhale. Take a bend into your knees, walk your hands to your feet. Turn the feet out, so toes point outwards, fingertips are on the ground. Breathe in, breathe out as sitting bones come down to the ground, you squat, then you inhale, lift the hips, come up onto the fingertips, straighten the legs. Exhale as you bend the knees, come into the squat. Inhale, lift hips, come up into fingertips. And exhale as you squat, and this time we'll stay. So maybe you're sitting on a block, otherwise your arms are pressing into your legs. Legs are pressing into the arms. And we'll stay here just for a few more breaths. Releasing into the hips, the lower back. Smoothing out the breath. Working with the Pranavayu, that downward energy, downward and outward. And now from this position, we're going to come up to standing. So hands can stay in front of the heart, hands pressing together and pressing into the feet, lifting up. Come into a star type position. Take the hands back in front of the heart. Turn the toes forward, hip width apart feet. Bring the hands behind, link them, draw them down. Take your breath in. Breath out as you bend into the knees. Maybe the hands, the linked hands, begin to move away from the lower back as you draw them up and over the head or in that direction. Just make sure you're drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And bringing the linked hands back towards the lower back, unlink them, bring them down onto the ground. Begin to walk your hands forward to a tabletop position. Knees come down, crossing the ankles behind you. And we'll take the feet out in front into a butterfly shape. So sitting bones are your foundation, so just moving the flesh away from the bones. Feet are soles together out in front of you. And rather than drawing forward, just softly coming forward, passive movement. And maybe you might even place a block under the forehead. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Your forehead might be lower down towards the feet, or you might be in a more upright position. Another suggestion is, rather than having palms down on the ground, just bringing the backs of the hands on the ground, palms face up, fingers just curling up towards the hands, surrendering into the shape. Be effortless. Now, as you ease your way back to an upright position, chin stays tucked in, you come to your upright shape, and we'll move down onto our backs. Once your spine's down on the ground, feet are hip width apart, we'll take the right ankle on top of the left leg, scoop through, either take hold of the back of the left leg or the front of the knee or the shin. Just check that you're not gripping with the hands or clenching. And soften your jaw. Maybe shut down the eyes, have that soft inward gaze. If you're after more of a release into the right hip today, just gently draw your left leg towards the body, and at the same time you're pressing the right knee away. Flex your right foot, so right toes are pointing up towards the right knee. And also checking that your chin is not beginning to stick up towards the ceiling. So chin comes a little bit towards the throat. Left foot comes back down. Cactus the arms and let the legs fall over to the right. Chin comes towards the left shoulder. Allow the hands to soften, fingers just naturally curling up. Let's bring the head back to neutral. Lift the legs back up. Right foot comes back onto the ground. Hands come back by the side of the hips. Just take your feet apart a little bit so the knees fall in towards each other. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's bring the feet to hip width apart. Left ankle on top of right leg, and we scoop on through so right foot comes off the ground. You might take hold of the back of the right leg or link the fingers around the right shin or the knee. Check that you're not clenching or gripping tight with the hands. Left toes are pointing up towards the left knee. Chin's ever so slightly tucked in, just to avoid that chin sticking up towards the ceiling. And if you're squeezing in towards yourself, make sure that that's not a gripping or clenching movement. So a soft hold around the right leg. As you draw the right leg towards you and at the same time pressing the left knee away, unclench the jaw, smooth out the breath. The right foot comes back down. Cactus the arms, legs fall over towards the left, chin to the right shoulder. Soften into the hands. Bring the head back to center, lift the legs up. Hands come back by the side of the hips, left foot comes down. We separate the feet a little bit, knees fall in towards each other. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we can walk the feet a little bit closer together. Bring the bent legs up to the body. Hands on the front of the knees or a happy baby pose. So the happy baby pose doesn't have to be taking hold of the outside of the feet. It could be having both legs, thighs up towards the chest and then just opening the legs out to the side. If you've got hold of the outside of the feet, just drawing the knees down towards the outside ribs. And what I like to do after happy baby is take my soles of the feet together and link my hands around the feet and then press the knees away. And once again, making sure the chin doesn't begin to stick up towards the ceiling. Effortless effort here. And preparing for Shavasana. So do what you need to do. If you need to pause the video and find something warm to put on, if that's what you need to do, an eye pillow, just gather your things. And when you're ready, you lay down on the ground. Feet are about hip width apart. Or a little bit wider, just no wider than the mat. Arms just a little bit away from the side of the body. Palms face up. If you've got a bolster or some cushions, you could pop those over the knees for comfort. And take your few moments to find stillness, to make any final adjustments. Maybe something over the eyes, an eye pillow or a cloth. And from here, bringing awareness to your belly. And just notice the belly rising and falling with your breath. On your next breath in, as you breathe into the belly, it just rises a little bit more like a balloon. And on the exhale, just let the breath fall away. Ready for your next breath in. So belly breaths, belly rises on the inhale and it falls on the exhale. On the next few rounds, as you breathe into the belly rises. And as you exhale, extend the breath out so it's longer than your breath in. Belly draws in towards the spine. Soften the belly on the inhale. Draw in the belly on the exhale. Breath out is longer than breath in. Carry on for a few more rounds. Belly softens on the inhale and draws in on the exhale. And imagine on those exhales that you're drawing away from the mind, emptying out the mind, and after your next long exhale, return to your effortless breath. And completely soften into the belly. It almost feels like the belly spreads. The chest is still. Fingers just curling up towards the palm, hands are soft. The jaw drops, a little bit of space between the top teeth and the bottom teeth. Inside of the mouth softens. With every breath out, the body begins to let go, release, and sink deeper and deeper down into the support. The muscles soften, letting go of any holding on. You notice how when the body begins to soften, the breath becomes more low and slow. The mind begins to empty out, less interested in thoughts. Thoughts shift to the background. Awareness stays awake, aware of your breath, sensation, thoughts. And you recognize now that you are not the breather, the body's just being breathed. You are not the thoughts, but you're aware of thoughts. Aware of sound. Recognizing that you are not the sound, but the space between. Witnessing, observing, resting in awareness. Limitless, formless, spacious. And if you're able to stay in Shavasana for longer, please just stay as you are. And if you're ready to step back into your day, just bring awareness to your breath. Remembering breath. Notice the parts of the body that move with your breath. Begin to deepen the breath just a little bit. As you breathe in, the side ribs expand, carry the breath up to the collarbones. On the breath out, lower belly draws in. Soften the belly as you breathe in, side ribs expand, carrying the breath up to the collarbones. Breath falls away, lower belly draws in. There's one more intentional breath, energizing on the inhale. Emptying out on the exhale. Return to your effortless breath. Welcoming in a little bit of movement of fingers and toes. A morning stretch as you reach the arms up behind you and stretch through the back and the front of the body. Prana starts flowing, gentle beat of the heart starts pumping. And as you bend into the knees, just shift over to a side, resting on the side for a few moments. You can make your way up to a comfortable seat. Once you find your seat, lengthen up through the spine. You can bring the palms down onto the legs. Roll the shoulders back a few times. And as you allow the shoulders to drop, just lifting the chest up a little bit. Spine lengthens, chin tucks in slightly towards the chest. Eyes softly closed. Awareness on your breath. Just noticing the natural rhythm of your breathing. Taking the hands to Anjali Mudra, prayer position in front of the heart. Welcoming in any words of your own to seal your practice. We'll close the practice with a chant of 1 Oms, firstly taking your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We begin our chant, breath in. And taking a moment now to bow forward with gratitude for all of your blessings. Rising up when you're ready. Namaste.